know, so I don't want to be causing frustration among people. So in addition to a bicycle maintaining their inertia and momentum, I think I'm using the correct words by just going through a light if it's clear, or slowing down and instead of stopping all the way, just slowing down and then going. It also helps traffic to not have to stop just for one bicycle. By making a right turn red for the other when you cross traffic. And I also think that in addition to that, the idea of having bike paths like skyways, where at least through intersections there could be a bridge for micromobility to go over that intersection. But it might be easier just to build the whole skyway bike path up in the, like the way they build freeways up in the air, up real high. Have a bike path like that, bike paths going everywhere, right? To encourage that kind of transportation as well, especially for people that cannot afford a car. See, one of the points that are made about electric unicycles is you might spend $4,000 or $5,000. You could spend a lot less than that. You could spend like $1,000 as well. In Motion, I would recommend as a company to start with. The V10F is highly recommended as a good starter electric unicycle. I would like to see safety cones here. I call them protected bike lanes, where they put the cones. That's not going to stop a car, but it does let them know if they're drifting over. They'll hear their car hit that if they drift over by accident. I lost my train of thought what I was saying. I think I was talking about skyways. Skyway bike paths. Okay, this time I'm going to be more patient myself. First of all, I want to see, oh, okay. So that gentleman may have had a green arrow light. That's why he was acting like he was going to run me over. I shouldn't say that. I'm supposed to say the optimistic statement. So I'm going to look back up there. I think there's I think the turn, the oncoming left turn has a green arrow. Let's just have a look though. See, that looks like they might have a green arrow over there. In which case, that explains why the truck felt entitled to pull into the intersection. But the law, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but the law is that no vehicle shall enter an intersection when there's other vehicles in that intersection. So me being in the intersection, even though I just entered it mistakenly, that truck rushing at me, and probably 1 or 2 videos ago, possibly 3 videos before this one, because I load the videos in 17-minute intervals. That's the way GoPro separates the videos. It records them in 17-minute increments. Someday I may figure out how to link all the videos together, but for now I'm just loading them as separate downloads. But that truck, you know, honking all angrily like that, and they might be having a bad day. We don't know what they're going through, right? I was taught to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? We don't know what people are going through. And de-escalation. But even we're all human, we still can get triggered. We can still get frustrated. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Oh, we can go. Okay. Look at that train track. Neat, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, I wish there was some dirt to make this a little ramp, but there we go. It works out. It's training me to be a better rider, and that's actually what I'm doing here today. So I need those challenges, right? I need that. So I think the path is perfect the way it is, because any challenge is going to help me to improve it's an opportunity to improve my skills. Some people call it stretching, like a stretch, where you do something that is like almost like a permanent change in a positive way. So a stretch in this sense is a positive change of great significance. By doing something new. Thank you. That was nice. I said thank you and they said thank you. And what lady said thank you. It's nice to be polite. Go ahead and speed up a little bit. I don't think you can hear me as well. I do feel that I'm getting more used to these pads, the Clark pads. Make sure no one's crossing here. Just gonna slow down. I saw kids coming through here earlier, right through here. They're practicing over there. Practicing sports. So my ride mode right now in the Lynx is set to 50%, which is like soft, meaning when I lean forward it's soft. Cut off angle is I think 40 degrees. I think that's what it's called, 40 degrees. Where if I lean, if the unicycle falls over, when it gets to 40 degrees it turns off. I have race mode turned on. I have low battery mode turned on. I just like leaving it on. People say they like to leave it off because if they're low on battery, that will help get them home or wherever they have to go. But I don't like how it beeps when I get low on battery. And I look at the range a lot. I look at the bars. So I keep an eye on where the battery is. But if I was buying the Lynx right now, one question I ask myself is would I buy the Lynx or would I buy the Sherman L? Which the only difference I know of is the handle looks a little bit different. And it's made of magnesium, just like the Lynx. It's, I think, 13 and a half, 14 or 15 pounds heavier, but has 50% more battery capacity. So Marty, I think that's the gentleman's name, Marty, makes a lot of videos about the Sherman L. Marty really likes the Sherman L. And my question to myself is, if I was buying the Lynx right now, would I buy the Lynx or the Sherman L? Because, he was saying that I think he went like 55 miles approximately, and still had like, I think it was 46% battery remaining. That's an approximation, which is outstanding because for me at 55 miles, my battery's drained. Thank you. My battery's completely drained at that point, or down to 1 bar. So I'm just imagining having all that more capacity, all that more range, and just a little bit more weight. Although, 13 to 15 pounds more weight is significant, right? But I could say, well, what if I just lost 15 pounds myself, right? What if I just lost 15 pounds? Would it be similar? But the weight being low like that, the weight being down low, I think that makes a difference too for stability. Because my weight is going to be like high, right? High up. This is the tricky part to go through. See all these roots? I'm going to call that a skill builder. The first few times I went around that, I was like holding onto the wall and falling into the wall. Still staying on the unicycle, the electric unicycle, but definitely holding onto the wall or falling up against the wall. But I will say that wearing full gear is necessary. Wearing full gear, it's a requirement. Like, just protect yourself, please. I am interested in trying to go up this path. I might do that right now. Turn around. Oh, I can see the left. That looks like a good line on the left. I'm over here on the right side, but I'm noticing the left side looks really good. Well, let me try it. Let me see how this goes. Try going up this. Dude, that was some loose sand right there. I felt the wheel just drop. Dropped into that sand. Okay, let's see if I can go up this hill. Let's see how it feels off this hill. Maybe pick up some speed here. It's not required, I can go slow. I'm just going to go ahead and get a little speed here and just practice going up and down this. I have a good tire for off-road right now. The tire that came with the Lynx, the off-road tire that came with it is good. It's really a good tire. That was fun. Went right up it. Now, should I go down that same part? Let's see. Okay. There's a great sense of freedom when you ride micro-mobility, whether it be a bicycle or just anything that can move the person around. So all that time I was talking about that truck honking, and it was his, I think he had a green turn arrow, and I crossed in front of his path. So that was my mistake. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's a much smoother path. It's at an angle, like side angle though. So it could be slippery. But it's nice, it's good. I don't think I can do that again. Oh, it's loose sand right there. Oops, sandy. Yeah, go straight here. So it does seem like some people seem to, I I don't know how to say this, but it seems like some people think that if we're not wasting, that there is no economy. Like the economy requires waste. And then what's called recycling. That's the word that's used to do something with the waste, right? So we waste, and then we do something with the waste. And that some people seem to think that that's what the foundation of this economy is. But then when I speak with other people, they completely disagree with that and say that no, that we're going to continue to move towards greater and greater levels of efficiency, and that there's not a requirement that takes a certain amount of time. Now, I've talked with people that like are in, like I was speaking with someone that's interested in business, right, the business major, saying that this person was talking with like people in the auto industry at high levels that were saying that they invested in these technologies that are really outdated, you know, like for example the combustion engine, and that there's a requirement that they have to get their money back from the investment that they put into these waste engines, and that they're not going to build anything else, or they're going to, you know, focus on building, primarily on building the things that are going to help them maximize the getting paid back for the money that was invested in these outdated technologies, if I just say it that way, because that's what they are. And I pointed out that the public determines what's popular. The public determines when change comes. And that's why we have a public right now that's highly educated in what's possible and what's needed right now. Right? What can be done, what's needed. And the Aptera Motors car is a very good example of what can be done. And I was very surprised to learn that people like race car drivers, street bike racers, professional racers are lined up to buy that car, to buy the Aptera Motors car. They just love the engineering of it, which is what helped me to like the car. Because when I first saw it,